Hello everyone, it is Thursday the 9th of April and welcome back. As of right now, there are 1.5 million cases of the coronavirus worldwide. 1,521,809 confirmed cases with 88,653 deaths. Yesterday was not a good day for the UK and the USA, both recording their highest death figures so far. The USA coming in with 1,940 deaths, and the UK in second place with 938 deaths yesterday. So a whole lot of people have lost their life to this virus. A whole lot of families and friends gone. Yesterday the US recorded 31,935 new cases of the coronavirus, taking the total to 434,927 cases. That's a big number. And when you think about the US is like 300 something million people, and China is 1.4 billion people, you know, the number is just, yeah, we've been there. Yeah. Spain yesterday added 6,278 new cases and 747 deaths yesterday. And Germany, 5,633 new cases with 333 deaths. A lot of the deaths now will be related to each country's hospital capacity, because once hospitals are full, it gets more difficult to treat the patients. Anyway, let's go on to some news stories for today. Yesterday I made a little bit of a mistake. I thought meth and methadone were the same thing. I just thought meth was like an abbreviation. I was wrong. So my brother sent me a message saying, meth is completely different to methadone. Oh, I don't know. I didn't know, okay? No idea. I just assumed because methadone, I just assumed they were the same thing. So yeah, meth and methadone are different. Meth is the crazy drug that people take on the streets. Methadone is given to heroin addicts. So yes, they are different. I was wrong. If you look at Japan's new cases now, they're starting to creep up. And it seems like Japan has finally lost control of the virus in their country. And they've done so well so far, you know. If you exclude the Diamond Princess, which was a complete disaster, if you exclude that, it's not exactly Japan's fault, but kind of it. Yeah, anyway, if you exclude that, Japan's done pretty well considering its proximity to China. And now it seems that the new cases are just going up, 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 up. If you look at the chart, and yeah, it just seems that Japan now has lost control. So they've declared a state of emergency. I'm not sure what that entails, because from what I'm seeing today, there's been a lot of activity in the subways and the roads are still busy. So we'll see what kind of emergency powers the government gets. I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen in Japan. There's just nowhere to run from this virus. And it appears then that the last place in Asia to have really seriously done a world standard great job of controlling this is Taiwan. But we can't talk about Taiwan because, you know, didn't anyone see the WHO interview with the woman from Hong Kong? She asked a question about Taiwan and the WHO guy pretended he didn't hear. I don't understand it, you know. If you've got a particular political stance on Taiwan, like if you're in the WHO and you've been instructed that Taiwan is part of China, therefore you can't talk about Taiwan independently, just say it. Why do you have to be so stupid and pretend you didn't hear? Didn't hear, disconnect the call back. I think we got disconnected. Oh, let me just ask you the question again then. No, don't ask that question. Ask a different question. It's okay. Like, just, if you've got a particular political stance, like you can't talk about Taiwan as being independent, fine. Then just say that. You think Taiwan is part of China, you believe it's part of China, then just say, yeah, Taiwan's part of China. So what do I think of the province of Taiwan? I think they've done a great job. China's done a great job. Okay, that's what you could say if you were smart about it instead of disconnecting and making yourself look stupid. I personally, I'm not going to comment on that because right now, you know, I'm in China and I don't think it would be wise for me to start talking about Taiwan. So when I leave China, I'll let you know my opinions on that. But right now, whatever. Taiwan is just a place. That I can say, right? It's a place. For sure it's a place. And they've done a good job of keeping the virus cases down. Speaking of China, the asymptomatic cases that are being recorded in China, I'm not sure how that's being done, because what I'm seeing now is they're saying that they're finding more and more asymptomatic people, and now that Wuhan is kind of open to the public, kind of, like you can go there, they can leave, etc. A lot of these people have never been tested for the coronavirus, so they don't know if they're asymptomatic or not. And if those people now are leaving the city at scale, I think yesterday it was like 50 or 60,000 people left the city in one day. So if they're able to leave the city now and go to the rest of China, and if some of them are asymptomatic, then I think for sure there could be a second round of the virus going around China. I'm not sure, they say they're recording asymptomatic cases now, but I don't know how they find them, because if people have no symptoms, they're not going to go to the hospital and say, hey, can you test me for the coronavirus? I don't think so. People are just going to be like, I'm fine, I've got nothing, no cough, no fever, nothing. How do these asymptomatic people get caught in the system? How do they find them? Because in China right now, they're not doing random testing. They're not. They are doing testing on people who have symptoms. You have a fever, you have a cough, or whatever, difficulty breathing, then you get tested. So how are they finding these asymptomatic people that they keep adding to the total? I'm curious. Last couple things. Russia is on alert. And from what I'm seeing online, there is a lot of talk that President Putin might be infected, because, you know, he was seen shaking hands and having long meetings with a doctor who was later found to be positive for the coronavirus. So there is a chance that President Putin is also infected. We haven't heard any official reports, but then also I've not really been searching for the Russian ones. I'm just waiting for a big announcement to find out if he's infected or not, but that could be dangerous. If President Putin gets infected, I don't know, is he going to retaliate? Is he going to go mad at China? They were doing some crazy stuff towards Chinese people when the outbreak started. They pretty much closed the border straight away and rounded up Chinese people within Russia, put them into quarantine, like regardless, just your Chinese quarantine now, like that. So I'm not sure if he gets infected, will he retaliate against China? And the final thing, Zoom, that app, you know the app, the video call, video conferencing, whatever it is, that app. Zoom is under fire because the guy that owns it is Chinese, but the company is American. But there's a bit of a, there's some, you know, there are lots of links to mainland China. So Zoom has been storing certain records in China, and there's some kind of security flaw, which means that calls could be snooped on and private sensitive information could be leaked. And now that's gonna put an end to their rise, because from what I'm seeing, Zoom has been the app of choice for a lot of people who are working from home and having meetings from home. So if this gets really serious, Zoom could be goodbye. And what's gonna replace Zoom? What else is there out there? I've got another one on my phone which is called, let me see, House Party. I've not used it yet, but my friends have all told me House Party, download that, download that. I'll have to check to see who the owner is of that and see if that also has security leaks and security flaws. And then I've got another one which is a Chinese one, which is Tencent Vuv. I'll put you can see it on the screen. Am I going to recommend using that? No, but I've been using it in China and Hillary too for working from home purposes. So yeah, that's all for today. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to go and eat some lunch, even though it is 5:15 p.m. I didn't eat lunch today. So I'm going to eat some lunch and then I'm going to chill for the rest of the day. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below, like and subscribe. Goodbye.